Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Polish Dragon PI Show. I hope you enjoyed the last episode of the Adventures of Sam Spade, the Calcutta Trunk Caper. We will have another one for you just shortly. I would like to let you all know that my latest book, The Protectors of the Inner Sanctum, a Polish Dragon PI book, is available on Amazon and at my website, www.polishdragon.com. If you buy the book, please, I ask that you please leave a review on Amazon for me. I would appreciate it very much. A good review or a bad review helps me to become a better writer by looking at what things I need to do better. So if you buy the book, please, as I ask, leave a review for me on Amazon. So before we get started, I would like to share with you some statistics on private investigators across the United States from www.zippia.com, zippia.com, and apparently there are about 5,716 licensed private investigators in the United States. 33.6% are women, 66.8% are men, and the average age for the private investigators is 42 years old. The ethnicity, 60.4% are white, 19.4% are Latino, 12.9% are African American, 5.4% are Asian, 9% are LGBT, and 0.3% are Native Americans. The majority of the private investigators, according to this site, are located in New York City, New York, and Houston, Texas. The average salary for a private investigator is $49,186. The starting salary for a private investigator is around $28,000 per year. If you're within the top 10%, you can make as much as $85,000 a year. The male makes $53,381 a year, and the female makes on average $49,000. As with a lot of the other professions, the woman makes less on the dollar than the man. 55% usually have a bachelor's degree. 26% have an associate's degree. 8% have master's degree, and 5% have a high school diploma. So some of the common reasons that people might hire a private investigator for background checks, usually for employment, infidelity, cheating spouses, that's usually a top one that people go for. Insurance cases where there might be fraud or an accident involved where the insurance company wants to investigate. Family law, which will include divorces where a person might have hidden assets or there might be a custody battle. And surveillance, again, that entails personal injuries such as workman's comp and fraud for people saying that they've been hurt on the job and are out working somewhere else. So those are some of the statistics about the private investigator field in the United States. So I hope that you enjoy this next episode. What we're going to be playing for you with the Adventures of Sam Spade is the Gold Key Caper. So sit back, relax, get yourself comfortable, and let's take a listen to the Adventures of Sam Spade, the Gold Key Caper.
The Adventures of Sam Spade, Detective.
Sam Spade, Detective Agency.
Spade, sweetheart.
Oh, hello, Sam. What are you doing?
Having breakfast, Abby.
Breakfast? But it's 7:30 in the p.m.
Well, topsy-turvy world, sweetheart.
What was the problem, Sam?
Oh, a gold key to the door of her apartment. She got to figure out what it unlocked. Very complex case, Abby. Greed, passion, twisted ambition, hate, love, vengeance, and murders, all gamut. It was ghastly every now and then.
Well, Sam, maybe we ought to put off the report for morning when you're feeling fresher.
Oh, it's very considerate of you, sweetheart, but I'd like to get it off my chest now tonight. If you want to help, just be at your desk. Now, don't say anything when I come in. Just be there.
Sam, you sound so serious.
Just be, sweetheart. We'll see. I'll be right down to dictate my report on the Gold Key Caper. Now, with Howard Duff starring in Spade, Wildwood brings to the air the greatest private detective of them all in The Adventures of Sam Spade. January 21st, 5/1948. New homicide detail, San Francisco Police. Attention Detective Lieutenant Dundee from Samuel Spade. License number 17596. Subject, the gold key caper. Dear Dundee, it started as these things usually do in my office when Effie Perrine, a doll of my other Dolan, eased in, closed the door behind her, and leaned against it.
There's a girl outside.
A client or a client?
Her name is Wanda Farr.
Has she come a long way to see me?
I don't think she's giving to me.
I know, sweetheart, you never do. Sure in.
Okay. Will you please come in, Miss Farr?
Right here, Miss Farr.
You're so kind, Mr. Spade. I can see I've come to the right place.
Yes, okay. That'll be all, Mr. And now then, what can I do for you, Miss Farr?
Well, I haven't a great deal of money. I've brought a little cash with me. Would 300 be enough for all of you?
I won't haggle with you, Miss Farr. Come back. Now, what's the story that goes with it?
How much do you know about a man named Dundee?
About as much as the police know. You know more?
I'm afraid I don't even know that much. I didn't even know what he was until one evening 3 years ago. That was the last time I saw him. The police came and arrested me. I was deeply shocked. But I felt I could stand by him.
As I remember, the rap was 3 to 5 years breaking and entering.
Yes, I promised to wait for him.
But you couldn't quite make it.
Well, in a way, you're perfectly right. When I heard he was coming out of prison, well, I just can't think.
As you thought of leaving town?
Well, it wouldn't make any difference. He'd find me wherever I went.
Can't say that I blame him. What's so funny?
You're afraid of me,
No, not dangerous. Not yet.
Are you always there? So never.
That depends.
Oh.
Yeah. On how many other chaps you handle, like this county police, and how many other chaps have helped you get out from under.
Really? There must be some other type of detective.
Okay, here's your money.
Well, I won't go. You can't turn me away like this. After all those things I told you. Something. You haven't any right to... When I put my trust in you...
That's a lousy act, too. Sit down.
Well, I can't.
Now, let's have it. What do you want me to do?
Well, he's arriving in San Francisco this afternoon. He'll come to my apartment for the He said he would. I haven't been seeing him or even answering yet. That by itself is enough to make him kill a man. Oh, you knew, Johnny.
Well, I told him. You said you didn't until the cops came in.
But I didn't. I didn't know he didn't lie. I just thought he was a gambler like anybody. And then about his back. Whenever he is angry, just go crazy. I wanted to see him. Long before they set him up, I was afraid. Then I was going to write and then tell him in prison. But then I was afraid he'd break out and make things worse for himself. But now...
No, you really got to fix.
Yes, but I can't. I'm afraid.
And you want me to hold a gun on him while you give him the air.
Oh, you say it like that. Make him stay. But I just can't go back. I can't. I just knew that you were by okay. And I feel safe.
For how long? Look. Let's say something for after dinner, shall we?
I was wrong. You're not afraid. You're not afraid of anything.
What's the address?
1234 Van Ness, apartment 21.
What time do you do it?
You're supposed to get dinner on 3.
I'll be there at 4:15. Budget 4 times. Long, short, long, short.
No, don't use it. I don't want to make any mistakes. Here, take this. That's your cell phone.
Gold key to Johnny. Forever. Now, don't worry, Angel. Don't worry. You can put a new name on there. This one's not engraved very deep. After she'd gone, a heavy fragrance clung to everything she'd touched. The chair she sat in, my glass with her lipstick on it for $300, even the gold key. I rubbed it up against my coat sleeve. The name didn't come off. It only shone brighter. I threw it across the room just to see if it would bounce. It did. And when I walked over to pick it up, there were 2 keys, or at least 1 1/2. The gold shank had been hollowed out, and the key that fitted inside it was wrong again, Dundee. Not a glass key, a brass key with a number on it, 322, nothing else. I wondered if Johnny Batiste had been living a double life, or at least 1 1/2. I was still wondering when I put the brass key back into its hiding place and used the gold one to unlock the door of Wanda's apartment. The room was full of her perfume, but she wasn't there. Johnny Batiste was. He was cleaning the prison dirt out of his fingernails with a shiny new spring blade knife.
Yeah, Kate.
What for? You're in. Where's Wanda?
She changed her mind. She don't want to see you.
Who changed it for?
I did. I told her she didn't want to marry into the wrong set. So give me that key, you slow.
Where is she, in here?
I told you to blow. She don't want to see you.
You can admit to yourself you're spearheading.
Spade. I didn't rot in that state hotel 3 years to get pushed around. Why do you think I took that rap?
You took it for her. You're crazy. She was through with you before you went up.
I just go on talking like that. Go on. I'll cut you. I'll cut you real bad, copper.
Look, Johnny, I don't want to hurt you, so I'm fine. Good night, Johnny. Come on.
Copper, no. Oh.
The first thing you ought to learn about civilian life, Johnny, is don't jump somebody until you know what it's all about. What did she tell you?
Oh, forget it. She'll get this cheaper than I did. But she's 3 years older. So am I.
Listen, Johnny, here's my card. If there's any way I can help you, let me know, will you? I mean it.
You got a heart. They gave me $50 and they pushed me out the gate, but I dropped it in a poker game down at 6th and Mission. Right off the bus. Sucker. Johnny Big.
You need some dough, Johnny?
No, nothing that ain't mine. Hey, the key is mine. My name's on it. They couldn't do nothing to me if I hopped that, could they? I was a 10 or 15. That's solid gold. They would give me a place to flop until I get my feet under me again.
Yeah, like you say, your name's on it. Here, take it. You can have your knife, too.
You're all right guy. I'm sorry for them things I said.
Hey, wait a minute. Where's Wanda?
I don't know. I haven't seen her. And I don't want to see her. So long, sucker.
I went to the window and watched him leave the building. He didn't cough when the cold air hit him. Instead, he took a deep breath and strode briskly across the street and into a neon-lighted bar and grill. Something about his swagger bothered me. Giving him the gold key might or might not have been as smart a move as I thought it was, but I was sorry I'd given him back his knife. Sam Spade, sucker. About here, Dundee, I decided to start acting like a detective for a change. I took a chance on Johnny Baptiste being thirsty enough after 3 years to keep his elbow crooked at the bar long enough for me to frisk Wanda's apartment. I didn't think I'd find her body there, but I did. I deduced that it was in the clothes closet from the feeble cries and puffings I heard as I walked into the bedroom.
Oh, stand all right. Oh, I've never forgiven myself for anything that happened to you.
What happened to you, Amy?
Where were you standing?
You pushed in the closet.
Yes, when I heard you coming up the steps.
Why?
Well, you were coming any minute, and I had to say something, so I told him you were going to marry me.
Oh, that's fine. Well, here we are.
Oh, but that's not all I said. Oh, you'll never forgive me for this. I know I... Oh, how can I tell you? I told him you forced me.
Thanks a lot. How did I force you?
By threatening to parole board so they wouldn't let Johnny out.
I must have a lot of influence.
Yes, and that way he thought I was protecting him, so he didn't hurt me. Only this little thing. When he pushed me to come. Well, it's nothing, really. Only a little bit going. Oh, but if you only knew what he was doing. He's standing there in that dark, not knowing what he was doing to you. Oh, sorry.
Don't you think any more about it?
Oh, listen. Oh, you do forgive me, don't you?
About that gold key, Angel, I think you could have changed the lock on the door.
What?
I gave it to Johnny.
You? Oh, no, you're fooling.
Oh, he was broke. He made it.
Oh, where did you get a crazy idea like that?
Where did you get those great, big, beautiful lies?
Stand be serious.
But I am. We're engaged, aren't we?
Oh, stop that. Listen. If I don't have that key back by midnight, he's come back to kill me.
Get out of sight. Get out of sight. I'll take care of it. There were two of them. Neither one was Johnny Baptiste. They brushed past me and entered the room without a word and stood there with their faces hanging out. While we were giving each other the silent treatment, I sized them up. The largest size I recognized from newspaper pictures. He was a big sand and gravel man, and rumor had it that a stretch of paving out south of town could contained the bodies of 18 other sand and gravel men who had bid against him for the contract and stumbled into a rock crusher. Name? Mike Malloy. The musician with him put his viola case down on the sofa and opened it up. No. This isn't the man, Nathan.
What's that to what he's doing here?
Well, sit down and finish that comic book I bought for you.
Okay, rock crusher.
Miss Spade, I told Miss Farr to hire you. Hasn't it, Bubbles? Not yet. Good. I brought along my bodyguard here just in case. Where is he? I sent him to the movies. Why, of course. You see Johnny Batiste? Yeah, he dropped in. He didn't make any trouble? No. Was he supposed to? There's no point in our talking in circles, Miss Spade. Johnny Batiste used to work for me. Naples here was one of his men, wasn't he?
Why bring him up?
You see? Things have changed. Johnny isn't the man he used to be. But I've always taken care of those certainly loyally. I thought we weren't talking in circles. Believe me, Mr. Spade, I only want to save Johnny from himself. Is he threatening to jump into one of your rock records?
Watch that boy. He's got a sense of humor.
I'm sorry I may have speak. I was misinformed about you, Mr. Spade. I was led to believe that you were the man to help my fiancé and myself out of this embarrassing situation. Your fiancé? Wanda? Miss Park? Yes?
Yes, it's fiancé.
I'll be absolutely frank with you, Spade. I had hoped by bringing you and Johnny Batiste together under circumstances that you might be forced to kill him in self-defense, or my apologies. It would have been the merciful way out for Johnny, and it would have saved many lives. I know Johnny Batiste. He will try to get back on top. He'll stop at nothing. I believed them, and it was no mistake. That's why I almost hoped they didn't know where Johnny was. They did. After they left Wanda's apartment, they crossed the street and went into the neon-lighted bar and grill. By the time I got downstairs, they were on their way out again with Johnny in the middle. He didn't look like he wanted to go, but they dragged him into Malloy's limousine, and he went. I did, too. The trail ended on the Embarcadero at the Harbor View Hotel. By the time I got into the lobby, Johnny and his two guards had disappeared up a ratty-looking flight of stairs. I started up after them, but then I stopped cold. When I got to the top of the stairs, I saw where the number one first had gone. It had raked the ceiling and taken every light bulb in the corridor. I could see the flashes from the Tommy gun, and somebody backed into the hall from one of the rooms, still pumping lead.
I'm gonna die. I have to die. I'm gonna get out of here. Hey, who's that?
He either saw or heard me. I flopped down on my belly and tried to work my way into the 10th of an inch nap in the crummy carpet. I made like I'd been hit, but I couldn't quite manage the death rattle. When I heard the gunman run down the hall toward the rear of the building, I rose courageously to my hands and knees and crawled the rest of the way down the corridor and looked into the smoke-filled room. The air tasted like burned powder, but it smelled like blood. I swallowed my insides and went in. There were 8 of them. I'll spare you the details, Dundee. You saw them after they were cleaned up. I needed some fresh air, and I needed it quick. Huh?
Over here. Sam, look.
Sick.
Oh, poor darling. What was that place, Sam? Why did you leave?
Why were you?
Oh, you poor baby. I came after you.
Shut up. I want some answers. I don't want explanations. I don't want excuses. And if I catch you using what you know you do to me to snake your way out of this one, I'll...
What have I done to you like this? First Johnny, then Mike, and now you.
You're starting again. It's the last time.
Sam, I'm sorry. What do you want to know?
Are you in love with Johnny?
But I told you no.
Mike Malloy?
No.
You gonna marry Malloy?
What was in that room?
8 dead men.
What else?
A lot of blood and powder smoke.
Now I'll see if I'm going to marry Malloy.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know. I'll see you later, Angel. Oh, say, I was just leaving. Come back later. You're not leaving, and I'm not coming back later. Get back in the room. Now, listen here, Spade. I hired you as a bodyguard for my fiancée, Miss Farr. What do you come off pushing your way in here with a gun like this? I can have your license revoked so fast to make your head swell. Help yourself. I'm a little sick of this business. Spade, I warn you, stay out of this. What's that? You know Johnny Batiste. framed yourself in the breaking and entry rap to cool off from a big one, right? Okay, that's it, Sonny. Murder? No. Robbery? Mm-hmm. How big? 5,000, 50? 500,000. That payroll job. Bakersfield, December 1944. That right, Johnny? If I go through with this farce, I can give it to you. If you think it'll do you any good, I promise you it won't. Johnny got himself fed up on that 3 to 5 year rap, partly for the reason you say, and partly because he didn't want to deal with the rest of the boys. He cooked up this transfer scheme of his, this gold key, that hotel room to throw us off the track. They could think the loot was hidden there. You sure it is? Positive. I bought that hotel and ripped it to pieces, room by room. So you cooked up a couple of pretty crude schemes of your own to sweat it out of Johnny. First, you thought you could goad him into killing me. When that didn't work, you had your boy Naples knock off the opposition boys into the peace mob so you could hold a whole massacre over his head. Who do you think you could settle that job into? I think I'll start with you. Maybe you'll laugh until you feel better, Johnny. Don't get jumpy. And I know it's me. I'll talk to him in the other room.
What do you think you're going to do?
All right, leave it there, Naples.
Yeah. What are you doing here? Where's the boy?
Out.
What do you want?
I want to talk to you, pigeon.
Who's the pigeon?
Nobody but you, Naples. If you think somebody else is going up for that slaughter in room 322.
Johnny got them guys. That's the boy.
I asked the boss. He said you did.
Your boss.
Johnny bargained for a written statement by Malloy alibying Johnny. The cops have got it now. They'll believe it. Malloy's a big citizen, so you're the only pigeon left.
That's what you think. Where is he?
Wait here. I'll bring him to you. I left Naples standing there in the vestibule waiting for Malloy. Then I hoisted Johnny out of my back and left Malloy waiting for Naples. He went out the back way. I rang for the freight elevator and watched the floor indicator moving around. I believe it was between 6 and 7 when I heard a familiar sound from the Malloy apartment.
I've been worried sick.
What about? Malloy, Johnny, me, and the half-minute.
Johnny, did Malloy find it?
Malloy's dead.
Johnny?
Johnny can't talk. He's in the hospital.
Can't talk.
No, but I can.
Sam, you didn't have anything to do with Malloy dying.
As much as anybody.
But you so... Oh, no, I just...
You're rather with Malloy?
I did. In the feast. Oh, it's so long for me. Johnny, I think of all you can do for me. I wonder if I was.
I was.
But you and everything, and the moon, too. Oh, I've never dreamed there'd be anything perfect. It just feels good to be true.
Yeah, you're so right, sweetheart. You're so exactly right. I didn't tell her I didn't have the heart. We talked some more and toasted some marshmallows. Well, anyway, what I'm getting at, Grundy, is this. Some jerk from the DA's office informs me that you want her for questioning as an accessory before the fact. In my opinion, this angle of the case requires more personal research, and with all modesty, I think that I am the man for the job and will be as long as she thinks I have the 500 grand. And if I do have it, Lieutenant, watch out for your bag. Serious, and it will be.
Oh. What?
Yes, sir.
Well, have you?
Have I what it? The $500,000?
Oh, heavens protect me. How can you be so calm about it?
Type that up, sweetheart. Search every nook and cranny for treasury hawkshots, and I'll give you a full account. Private, of course.
Here it is, Sam. Oh, this is a mess, and it's all your fault. I'm just a mass of nerves worrying about that money. How could you explain it to Mother and Mr. Dogcock at the bank?
Hey, Mr. Baxter.
Besides, Sam, it's not ours, and I don't think we should keep it. And if that girl loves you, just be your money.
Worry no more, my sweet. Happy. Can you see the ticket?
you're giving it back already? Oh, of course you would.
What, rat?
Yes, we did. Where is it, Sam?
My dear, there never was any 500 grand as far as Johnny Batista. He didn't have anything to do with that robbery. He invented the whole caper, including the hocus pocus about the gold key. Now you ask me why?
Why?
To keep himself out of Malloy's rock crushing, you see? Well, he was resting safely for 3 years in San Quentin. Malloy was driving himself crazy, following that gold key and trying to dig up $500,000 that wasn't even there. He figured by the time he got out, Malloy would be crazy enough to overplay his hand. And he was right. What's left of it?
Well, Sam, if you ask me, it wasn't the gold key that drove Malloy crazy.
Oh?
Well, if I get it out there, it's not my place to advise you, Sam. You know what I mean. Good night, Sam.
Good night, Mother.
And that ends another episode of the Adventures of Sam Spade, the Gold Key Caper. I hope you enjoyed this one. It was an old show from the 1940s, so you could probably hear a lot of the static in there. And I hope to see you all again next week with another episode of the Polish Dragon PI Show. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please get in touch with me at zimco888@gmail.com. I look forward to your comments and hope that you enjoy the show. Thank you so very much.